Yeah, no, Telesto is ridiculous. It's sitting atop the trials leaderboard for weapons this week,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's not even close.
yeah. No, I
It's
mean
not
everybody's
even
just
it's not even a competition.
watching the Astros talking, and he's all like, "Man, I should have waited after the trials so I could get before I just destroyed by it." And I'm just like, I don't think you
I hope this
putting up a
recording
video.
is picking you up because you are just all over the place in my ears.
The chat is saying I'm fine. OBS is saying I got a green box.
Do you have like mute to like anything muted on Discord? Because it sounds like it trying to detect when you're speaking and not, and doing a poor job of it.
No, actually, none of that. I never have it.
Because like it's almost like every time like you go to stop talking, like it's clipping the end of what you're saying.
No, it's just I don't have voice detect on at all. It's always me, always on all the time.
I'm blaming Telesto. I'm blaming Telesto for everything.
I even pulled the mic closer to my mouth to try to compensate for any issues you having. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I lost the O and no. I lost the S in issues.
What the hell? Yeah,
I don't know,
chat's saying
man.
I'm fine. User
Okay.
error. Probably.
Well, as long as there's good audio somewhere.
I hope so.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Avast ye, and welcome to Two Titans and Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast, dedicating bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran pirates alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy hornswoggling your booty even more. So with all that said, let me introduce you to me ragtag crew. The scurvy sea dog, Peroty, the son of a biscuit eater, no one respawns in real life, and me, your captain, for this treacherous voyage, Nitedemon. Arr!
Anyway, so what have you been up to this week, man?
Oh, very little. I touched my Xbox a little bit Wednesday morning because I knew Nitedemon was on. We drug not Arf through a master Nightfall, kicking and screaming. He is
Just the three of you.
severely underleveled. Like I think he's level 20 on the season. I can't remember what his light level was.
Then how did you get him into master? Oh, you said master.
Master, not Grandmaster, Master Nightfall. Although I think apparently, this is where we plug youtube.com/2times100. You can go back and watch the stream. I think it was saying like Nitedemon could drag him through like a GM or something, but not a master. Like it could drag him through like a master, but then like not the next step down. It was weird. Like it would let him drag him through harder content, but not easier content. So it's like I can drag you through 30 light levels lower, but I can't drag you through 10 light levels lower. It was something stupid like that.
Was it DLC related?
No, it wasn't DLC. It was just I mean he's got the DLC. It was just it would let you do certain levels of this week's Nightfall and certain levels not. Yeah, but no, he's nowhere near GM level. So it looked at that and just said, no, you're not 1595 or anywhere close to it, sir. No, I did that and I ran a couple masters with Pan this morning, and that's what I've done. I've added to my Silicon Aroma collection and I've deleted them all.
I'll probably do the same. I have no that.
Yeah, of all the Nightfall weapons I could want, that's the one I want the least. So that's the one that hands out like candy to me. It's like, here, you want some more? Have two. Every single, because it's double Nightfall drops. Have two. Every single time you run it. I'm basically just running it for the materials and whatever exotic I have sitting in my vault at this point.
That's all I ever run them for. I try to run them when I also have the, like I said, the guns that I want to. Like last week I wanted the shotgun, the beautiful shotgun.
Yeah, that they neutered.
Well, I didn't care if they needed it because I wanted the 1-2 punch auto loading holster.
Okay.
Yeah, my build. Right? I couldn't get that roll. I kept getting one or the other. Thank you. The good thing is I've never had any of mods not have mods. Nice to have mods, especially the big ones mod. That's so helpful, especially on my grenade launcher.
The only GM I've ever been through is for the hung jury. So I have a hung jury adept, but then none of the mods or anything else for it. Just the lone pinnacle of achievement of GMness.
All right. Well, so have you gone through trials? Because everybody keeps telling me to go through trials. I'm not.
I have not. I would have this morning if I was on alone, but because I had other people to go do Nightfalls with,
There's
it
no
does
single thing.
it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. There's no single thing. I jump in solo anyway, and sometimes it matches you with 5 other solo people. Sometimes it says no, screw you in particular. We're going to put you up against a 3-stack.
Wait, I thought. Hold on.
Every single weekend I jump into trial solo, whether there's a solo playlist or not. If there's a solo playlist, I take advantage. But if there's not, I just load it up and say, I'm just here to complete bounties for stage 14 to get closer to the bow. That's it. That's all I'm here for.
I thought that it's not the solo playlist. You have to build it.
No, you can absolutely go in solo. It's just like Gambit. You can go into 4-person Gambit solo. You may be up against teams. Yeah, no. Did you not realize you could go? Yeah. So listeners, dear sweet listeners, if you would like to try out trials, especially for Trials Telesto weekend, you can just go into trials without a fire team, just as a solo person. Will you have great success? Well, it depends on how good a player you are and, the roulette wheel of who it matches you with. It could match you with a flawless kid and a broken kid, and you're like, we got this, fam, let's go. And then you get to spin the wheel again the next time. But yeah, you can absolutely go in solo. You don't need to have a fire team, especially if you're not looking to go flawless.
It doesn't stick with the team for like the whole time?
No. Every single time it sticks you with a different team. So every single time you're pulling that roulette wheel.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Now, if you find people and you're like, hey, we should group up, we work well together, then you can make your team. But yeah, no, you can absolutely just go in and it will throw you with a different team every single round, or every single. I can never remember the terminology. Once you get through 5 and do one or the other, match round, whatever those are called.
A match consists of 5 rounds or 10.
Okay.
However.
Yeah. So for every match, it puts you back in the matchmaking. And honestly, my goal is usually just to break my passage as quickly as possible and say, let me just go back in. I'm just here to complete the 2 bounties and then earn bounties so I can get the engrams to then get something else out of it. I again, not opposed to going flawless, but I have no expectations any weekend that I will ever be flawless. Sometimes I've gotten close to set of sheer luck of the draw, but yeah, nope, never been flawless, and I'm not that good a player.
I've gotten 5.
That's as far as I've gotten, and you can tell that like you hit those 5 wins, you're thinking, okay, well this is working pretty well. It was on one of the trials solo weekends. It's like, okay, this is going pretty well, and then it's like stepping from a master Nightfall to a GM. It's like no. We took you out of the kiddie pool. Yeah, we took you out of the kiddie pool and put you into the raging ocean with a Cat 5 hurricane. Good luck. Yeah, no, there's no chill in that ramp up. It throws you directly to all of the wolves.
I'm not okay with it. I mean, that's why I don't play that either. No, I get the 5 rounds with going in with a team, an actual team. But it was also the control week. That's the only week I really like is when you have the control week.
Yeah,
you know where they're gonna be.
Right, exactly.
There's no hunting them. You know where they're gonna be.
Yeah. There's there's at least a way where you could say, yeah, if we have the man advantage, maybe we can hold this zone. Now maybe he comes and he wipes the floor with the 2 or 3 of us standing in the zone, but maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, that was the time that ZK Mushroom wiped us out. We were doing that, and it was all 3 of us. And ZK would come in solo into our spawn and just wipe us out. I'm just like, I don't. And this is before I realized who it was. My teammate's like, "Oh my god, why would they put us with him?" I'm like, "Is he famous?" He goes, "Oh yeah, no, he does this for fun." I'm like, "Oh, well, well there you go. I guess we're just that good." As he wipes us out within seconds of the match, dude. One match was less than 10 seconds. I am not even kidding you.
Oh no, yeah, and I believe I've been in those matches where I just say, honestly, I could jump off the edge or kill myself, but that would take more time than for them to rush us and kill us. So it's like let me just stand here. It's like I'll at least try to shoot back. That's one of those you slap the Wither Horde on and say, well, maybe I can get a shot off, maybe I can get a lucky kill, but we're not gonna win. We're not gonna succeed in any stretch of the imagination.
We're not even
gonna
get a kill.
If there's some numbers in the damage column, I'm happy.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it's
the most damage I got during that match was like 35. One of the pellets of my shotgun.
yeah, no, it's rough. It's not good.
Rough for people like us. Other people like that guy find it fun.
Oh, yeah,
And then after that, I went to watch some of his videos. It's like, oh, these guys teabagged me, so I 1v1 their entire team trials. I'm like, not
right.
1v1, 1v3 them in trials. I'm sorry, he 1v3 them and
Hmm.
won. I was like, what? And then at first, like, I guess he thought they weren't using supers, and then one of the supers like, oh, we're using supers. Okay. And then he started using his, and it just got worse. I was like, yo, y'all should have just stuck without this. We're doing better with gunplay. You know?
Doing better if we're gonna call it that. Yeah. It's a pity. You thought you were gonna do a thing. You were not.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if for some reason you do feel like stepping into trials, Telesto, of course, you may hear this before trials is over, but if not, you should be looking at the internets anyway. So
Assuming it
trials.report.
hasn't changed, unless it was changing.
What's changing?
Telesto was changing on a daily basis what it did.
Yeah, it seems to have settled down with where they have it right now, which is currently the top as we record this Saturday morning about 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Telesto is sitting at 12% of all trials kills at 417,863. So 417,000 kills. Would you like to
That's
take a
not a
guess?
significant number.
Would you like to take a guess on where the second weapon is Drain Baroque, and then Empirical Evidence
Okay.
are your top three. So two other sidearms in a sidearm meta, then Austringer bringing up the rear at fourth, and then Forerunner down there below that. So 417,000 kills for Telesto. Would you like to take a guess on where Drain Baroque is sitting for kills for the weekend?
Okay, so if that's at 470,000, I guess Broke is at. Was that? Hello?
Is it cutting you out? Because I'm not getting a number on this end.
Oh, no, I said 20,000 and didn't hear from you for like a minute.
Oh no, sorry. I didn't hear the 20,000. God, I hope this recording's good.
Right?
Yeah, so no, it's better than that. It's a 92,000.
Oh! That's...
So yeah, so it's not quite so bad. Yeah, so Telesto's 417, Drang's at 40 at Drain Baroque is at 92,000, Empirical Evidence, the sidearm is at 69,000, and Austringer is at 48,000, and then Forerunner at 47,000. And then our beloved sniper rifle finally shows up at 44,000. But yeah, Telesto has 12% of all the kills this weekend. Drang has 3%, and then everything below that, Empirical Evidence, Austringer, Forerunner, Beloved, Wastelander, Peace of Mind, Funnel Web, Chaperone, all sitting at 1% in the 40,000 kill range. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to call this Telesto Trials Weekend or if it will have a snappier name like Laser Tag Weekend, but that's what this is. So get yourself a Telesto, which if for some reason you don't have a Telesto, I don't know how you could at this point.
They're selling it.
Exactly. Xur is selling Telesto this weekend.
Just to add
So,
carnage. I wonder if maybe I should go into trials because we might have a Telesto weekend trials like we have Laser Tag weekend.
you might as well grab, between the Invis and the Void Synergy and the Telesto. I mean, come on, there's no better time. There's no better time to at least rank up to get closer to that bow.
You really want that bow, huh?
I just want to have the bow available to me. Not even because I'm going to use it, but I'm motivated by filling the bar and receiving the prize at the end. And I'm sitting at level 15 of the trials. So I just need to play a little bit more to get that rank up the rest of the way. Then I get my nice fancy bow.
Oh.
And then I can have it available in the loot pool. And then I can't remember if it's in St. 14's pool to pull this. Actually, I can go look. If it's in his pool to pull this weekend or this season once you have it, or if nothing else next season, when I collect a bunch of engrams, I can go pull the one I want. That's all I'm here for. Just earning
on
engrams.
Titan hiding out in the tree.
Xur is not on Titan. Don't lie to the people.
He is on Titan.
He's not on Titan.
What?
Show me Titan on the director. How do I get to Titan in game?
Titan looks a lot like Nessus, but it's Titan.
So you have to load into a Gambit match or a Crucible match and get the Titan map to load. Once you're there, then you can speak to Xur.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's all Nessus in the tree.
Nessus.
I was like, no, they took that away, only didn't because, maps live outside of the reality of all things.
How does Titan look like Nessus? Because reason. Okay, don't come at me with your facts and logic, all right?
One is very red and, earthy and lots of lush plant life.
And then the other
and
one is
very blue, covered in water, and has a sea monster. I could see where you went. I could see the mistake.
It's not covered in water. It's covered in
Fluid of some sort.
fluid, yeah.
So the Whistler's Wimbo is available. So once you earn the Whistler's Wimbo by ranking up trials to 16 and having it available, you can then take all of those engrams you've earned to get up to the Whistler's Whim to pull a bunch out of the slot machine and hope for the best. So yeah, that's my plan.
Electrolytes. It's covered in electrolytes. Like power thirst.
It's got what plants crave.
Try our new flavor, chocolate. It's like chocolate made in an electrical store. Anyway, so
did you receive your Telesto email this week from Bungie? Which I was a little more excited about when I thought it was like customized. You know how they send the emails and they're like, "You've gotten this many kills. This is the cool mask you wore. This is how many solar kills you've gotten." I was kind of thinking that this was going to be like that for Telesto, but the date of origin of September 15th, 2015, I think it's just when it entered the game. It's got 3 ornaments. It had been 118 days accident free, which Telesto.report did confirm was the appropriate number of days it's been since the last Telesto accident. 2.4 million Guardians have been killed by Telesto. It's been dismantled 446,000 times. That
is your date of origin 9/15?
Yep, 9/15/2015.
Guardians defeated by Telesto 2 million. God, times dismantled 446,000.
You can't beat Telesto that way. It wants to be acknowledged. It's been sold by Xur now 16 times, which I feel like that was 15 before the weekend. So maybe this email update's live. Interesting if it does. But yeah, so it's been sold 16.
Why I don't have my tracking?
Telesto.
Oh, not Bungie, Telesto. I want to
Telesto is the reason. Oh, it absolutely is.
Oh, there's another update to my order. Last time I had a tracking order, this tracking. Damn it.
You're never getting your jacket. They're like, listen, we just stopped making them, but we're not going to tell you about it. It's just never going to happen. It's never going to show up.
Right here. This is the newest one that they just sent me. They just sent me this last week. It says, "We will ship to your door as quickly as possible." Yada 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 yada. We will ship to your door as quickly as possible once the order arrives to our warehouse. ETA September. Please expect the next email from us in September. What month is it?
Of what year?
They don't say the year. That's fair.
They just said September. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you which September. They said a September you will receive an update. Maybe it's the eternal September.
Maybe.
See, I think I think that's the problem. Have you ordered the Telesto shirt? Because the Telesto is wearing your jacket. So if you have the shirt and the jacket, maybe they'll both arrive at the same time.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Oh, I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it means you need to order the Telesto shirt to go with the jacket. It's a combination.
Takes step orbit, but what is Telesto? Telesto. I don't.
Oh, Telesto is everything, my friend.
Well, yeah,
Telesto is everything.
I don't speak the language. I need answers.
Well, I mean, that's what's coming up next week is just Telesto. It's all Telesto all the way down.
Is it like Groot? It just Telesto is like Groot. Is that why I'm not getting?
I am Telesto. You are Telesto. We are Telesto. I'll make the rules. That's just what it is. I mean, you saw what was happening this week in Destiny.
I did. It was a really short TWAB too. That's why we've been taking so much time just filling it with fluff. Honestly, the show's like 10 minutes. There's really nothing to talk about, man.
boosting those rookie numbers. I mean, yeah, we're telling you, you should be in trials with a Telesto right now, because trials, there was a voting for this week, and Cauldron won 37%. Anomaly had 32%, and Pacifica had 31%. So it was close. Now, whether people clicked on the image like you told them to last week or not, or whether they mistakenly voted for the wrong thing, no way to know. But it's there, it's available.
Which one was the first one?
Cauldron.
So
Which
is that the one that won?
Yeah, that's the one that's up this weekend.
That's absolutely what people did. They clicked on, not knowing it was the vote. That's absolutely what happened.
They're like, we're gonna click on this. We're going to Cauldron. I voted for Anomaly. I was hoping it'd be Anomaly because I figure if it's gonna be Telesto Crazy Weekend, let's play the game with the Anomaly on the Anomaly. But apparently, no one else saw it that way. Sad times for everyone.
Doesn't Telesto has a catalyst?
Yeah, Telesto absolutely has a catalyst.
Gives it what the bigger magazine is?
See, the Telesto catalyst come from the Lost Sectors that you have to run until you're blue in the face, and then Telesto deems you worthy to have it. Yeah, it increases your ammo reserves by 3. It gives you the deeper pockets.
Yo, I am running out of like materials. I've never run out of materials before.
You don't need those materials. They're all going away.
Well, you need them for the freaking modules? Now.
No. Your poor Telesto is sitting at 1350.
Not anymore. 1580.
Clearly not loved enough.
I just pulled it out of the thing. What do you want from me?
When you have your Telesto close, you can sleep with it under your pillow.
No, God, no. I don't tempt the Telesto gods. Are you crazy? I keep Telesto at bay in its vault. Whatever. Well, I mean, it doesn't view it as a vault. I view it as a vault, but
right.
It doesn't care.
Don't tell Telesto you keep it in a vault. It might become very unhappy with that and take it out on you.
Be like, what?
But anyway, so I guess we should get on with this Telesto.
Start with next week in Destiny as norm. Do we have one of those?
We
do.
Yeah.
It's just Telesto.
Yeah,
Telesto.
No. Next week in Telesto, it's going to be Telesto, and Telesto.
No.
Your rotators are going to be Telesto and Telesto.
Makes sense. What about the Legendary Lost Sectors?
Oh, that's going to be Telesto.
And the other one? Oh, that's right. It's just the one, right? All right. What exotic?
Telesto at a harder level. You're going to have to get your Telesto to run your Telesto to get your Telesto with it.
So Monday, Telesto dropping.
And if you run it solo, if you run it solo, you'll also get your Telesto with your Telesto drop and your Telesto armor piece.
But you can't get the Telesto if you run with a group. You have to run solo to get the.
Yep, but you can't get the Telesto Catalyst if you run with a group. So there's that. Because the Catalyst is a random drop out of Lost Sectors. So you can do that. You can do that with friends, and you can have fun because your one friend will get it in like run number 3, and then your friend who really wants it, it'll be run like 473 before they get it.
And next week, doesn't Telesto have double Telesto?
I think absolutely, and I think it might even be triple Telesto. We'll have to see when the week starts.
Wow, breaking record.
So now that we've said Telesto enough times, this is where we will drop in what's actually happening next week. Because even though Bungie's not going to tell you, well, they sort of tell you. They do get to it eventually. We'll drop in all of that information right here. You can figure out your Lost Sectors, how many Telestos you'll need, what Telestos you'll be wearing, and what else Telesto may do. First up, we have our featured Nightfall of the week, commencing November 15th, 2022, which will be the Glassway over on Europa, where you have a chance to get a Pinnacle Engram if you complete the Nightfall with a score of 100k or more. This is one of the best places to get high-end gear for your characters, including the Nightfall featured weapon, exotic gear, enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, and ascendant shards. The higher the Nightfall difficulty, the more common the drops will be, with the featured weapon and exotic gear being uncommon in hero difficulty while being common with ascendant shards in Grandmasters. Legend and lower Nightfalls will have 4 barrier champions and 8 overloads, with 3 solar, 12 arc, and 5 void shields. Your Masters and GMs will have 12 barriers and 14 overloads, with 3 solar and 8 arc shields. Your Grandmaster modifiers will be barrier and overload champions, which cannot be stopped without the correct mods equipped. Arachno, when defeated, Vandals spawn a web mine under their feet. Chaff, your radar is disabled. Grandmaster modifiers are contest, join in progress disabled, locked loadout, match game, and extra shields. Match game, enemy shields are highly resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. Equipment locked, you will not be able to change your equipment after this activity starts. Extinguish, if your fire team falls in a restricted zone, everyone is returned to orbit. Limited fire team revives, gain additional revives by defeating champions, 20 max. Champions Mob, this mode contains additional champions. And Belmont's algorithm, incoming void and aerial damage increased. This is the only Nightfall of the season which has a void burn instead of arc, so be very careful with the wyverns in the final encounter. The power requirement for the season to enter the GMs are 1595 light, which is also what your power is capped at, and enemies will be at 1620. Your anti-champion artifact mods for this week are Anti-Barrier Auto Rifle and Scout for 1 energy, and further over we have Sniper for 6. Overloads are Bow and Machine Guns for 1 energy, and Arc Grenade mod, Surge Detonators for 2 energy. You also have exotic weapons and armor that can help with intrinsic mods as well. So for Anti-Barrier, we have the Kinetic Bow, Wishender, the Kinetic Linear Fusion Rifle, Arbalist, the Solar Energy Hand Cannon, Ariana's Vow, the Solar Heavy Sword, the Lament, and the Titan Exotic Gauntlets, Second Chance, which gain a second charge of your shield throw melee, which becomes shield piercing and stuns barrier champions. For Overload, we have Void Energy Bow, La Monarch, the Arc Energy Linear Trace Rifle, Divinity, the Arc Heavy Machine Gun, the Thunderlord, and the Warlock Exotic Boots, the Seeking Filaments, which when you drop an Empowering Rift, any weapon that is fired from inside the well will cause an Overload champion to be stunned. The feature weapon to obtain this week is the Kinetic Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon, DFA. Firing at 140 rounds per minute, it has a base impact of 84, a range of 45, a stability of 54, and a handling of 42, with a zoom of 14 and a high aim assist of 77. It can roll with Opening Shot, Rampage, Timed Payload, and Vorpal, with Triple Tap, Tunnel Vision, and Perpetual Motion. It has the origin traits Stunning Recovery, where if you stun a champion, you partially refill the magazine, trigger health regen, and improves your recovery for a short duration, and Vanguard's Vindication, where final blows with the weapon grant a small amount of health. Next up, Lord Shaxx brings back Momentum Control to the Crucible for this upcoming week.
Delightful!
Momentum Control is a 6v6 PvP mode, which is a variation of regular control, where every weapon is significantly higher in lethality, meaning that you can take out your opponents much faster than normal. Respawns are instant, and defeating enemy players in Momentum Control grants faster ability regen for your melee, grenade, and your super. Players get increased damage resistance when they activate a super to help counteract that bit of extra damage that guns give out. The mode also has increased capture speed on points, and radar is removed for every player. Achieve victory by capturing the zones and defeating opponents. And Baraka's Forge, Lord Saladin, returns to the tower for the final time this season, bringing with him the Iron Banner. This is a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, which means there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Your power level is disabled, meaning you can go into Iron Banner with whatever weapons and armor you like. Iron Banner also brings with it challenges and a seal to become an Iron Lord. This season sees the new game mode Iron Banner Eruption. Now Eruption is Clash with energy boosts based on kill streaks, like a mini version of Mayhem. During Eruption, killing your opponent will score 1 point and a normal amount of ability energy. After that, when you get your second elimination in a row without dying, assists count 2, you become Surging. You start lightly glowing, kills start generating 10% super energy and 20% grenade, melee, and class energy, and you score 2 points per kill. When you get your 5th kill without dying, you become Primed. You begin glowing brightly, your team goes on the hunt. Everyone on your team gains 5% super, 10% grenade, melee, and class energy, and you now gain 12% super and 40% grenade, melee, and class energy per kill. You score 3 points per kill. At 5 kills, you receive a 15-second timer on you. Now if that timer reaches 0, you erupt. Erupting kills you, which resets your streak and ends the hunt. Getting a kill resets your eruption timer back to 15 seconds. You are also marked for both teams so everyone can see right where you are. The other team gets 3 points for killing you, and more than one player can be primed at any time. Now each day for 4 days for each character, from Tuesday reset, Lord Saladin will give you the opportunity to receive a pinnacle reward. By hovering over the Iron Banner node in the director, it will tell you how many games you need to play and with what subclass you need to equip to complete it. You can either play each day and collect each pinnacle, or you can wait until Friday reset and play all the games you need to receive all 4 in one go. This season, you will need to complete matches with Arc or Stasis subclass, from 3 for your first pinnacle, and up to 18 games in total for all 4 pinnacles. As a reminder, pinnacle rewards will give you +5 to your power level if you are below the power cap of 1570, but if you are at 1570, the pinnacle will give you +2 in light. Players can rank up with Lord Saladin to receive rewards from his reward track, and equipping any Iron Banner armor, ornament, or weapon, plus your Iron Banner emblem, will progress your progress faster in ranking up. This is multiplied if you complete the daily pinnacle challenges as well. Iron Banner gear or ornaments, 200% for all 5 gear pieces. Your Iron Banner daily challenge, 100% per challenge, 400% for all challenges, and Iron Banner emblems, 10%. For the Iron Banner gear boost requirement, all 5 pieces must be equipped as gear or ornaments for it to take effect. Each match will see you earning more towards reputation. Wins will earn you a small bonus based on your current Iron Banner rank. This week will be your last chance to grab the Forge's Pledge Adaptive Frame Pulse Rifle, which has a base impact of 29, range of 38, and stability of 52, aim assist of 61, and an RPM of 390. And the Reese Walker Lightweight Frame Shotgun, which has a base impact of 65, range of 45, stability of 43, and handling of 71. All Iron Banner weapons, including these two, have the Skulking Wolf Origin perk. While at low health, Guardian Final Blows with this weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from opposing radar. This week we'll also see the return of double XP in the Crucible, which is across all modes including the Iron Banner. So if you still need to get your Cry Mutiny Grenade Launcher and ornament from resetting your Crucible rank with Shaxx, this would be the time to do it this season. The Pinnacle Dungeon for the week will be the Shattered Throne on the Dreaming City. And for your Pinnacle Raid will be the Deepstone Crypt on Europa, where you can farm for the exotic rocket launcher Eyes of Tomorrow. Next up, challenges. We have now had all 78 challenges over the period of the last 10 weeks, so as a reminder, if you complete 75 of the 78 available for the season, you can get a large pile of Bright Dust to spend at the Eververse store in-game. Speaking of Bright Dust, on to our Eververse for the week of November 15th, 2022. Available this week for Bright Dust, we have the Nucleus Exotic Ghost Shell for 2850 Bright Dust, the Scene Clapper Legendary Emote for 700 Bright Dust, the Splicer Gauntlet Ghost Projection for 1500 Bright Dust, the Amethyst Bloom Shader for 300 Bright Dust. The Gong Cho Exotic Emote is available this week for 3250 Bright Dust, the Coiffure Correction Legendary Emote for 700 Bright Dust, the Additive Exotic Ghost Shell for 2850 Bright Dust, the Chelicerath Visitor Exotic Sparrow for 2500 Bright Dust, the Junkyard Navigator Exotic Ship for 2000 Bright Dust, the Muspel Populux Exotic Ornament for the Jotun will be 1250 Bright Dust, and rounding out the Bright Dust offerings in the Eververse store will be the Rasputin Ghost Projection for 1500 Bright Dust. And then finally, the Lost Sector rotation for next week.
Hello!
Your daily Lost Sector will show you a flag outside, which will give you details of the champions and burns you'll find inside. But if you're new to the game, or you're using an alternate character and can't find the flag outside, you'll have to run through the Lost Sector normally to have it show up on your map as a Legend/Master. For Tuesday, November 15th will be the Skydock 4 on the EDZ for exotic chests, Void Elemental Shields, Solar Burn with an Unstoppable and Barrier Champions. Wednesday, November 16th will be the Scavenger's Den on the EDZ for exotic helmets, Arc Elemental Shields, Solar Burn with Overload and Barrier Champions. Thursday, November 17th will be the Quarry on the EDZ for exotic boots, Solar and Void Elemental Shields, Void Burn with Unstoppable and Barrier Champions. Friday, November 18th will be the Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ for exotic gauntlets, Arc Elemental Shields, Solar Burn with Unstoppable and Barrier Champions. Saturday, November 19th will be the Concealed Void on Europa for exotic chests, Solar and Void Elemental Shields, Solar Burn with Overload and Barrier champions. Sunday, November 20th, will be the Bunker E15 on Europa for exotic helmets. Void Elemental Shields, Void Burn with Overload and Barrier champions. And finally, back round to Monday, November 21st, will be Perdition on Europa for exotic boots, Arc and Void Elemental Shields, Arc Burn with Overload and Barrier champions. And that's it for this week in Destiny, starting 15th November 2022. A big thank you to Kyber's Corner for Nightfall information, Today in Destiny and Eververse for Lost Sector information, and Light.gg for the challenges. So that was great and excellent, and now we know what's actually going to happen next week in Telesto. I mean Bungie. Bungie. Yes, Bungie. Yep, because, again, youtube.com/2titansandahunter. There is a video all about next week in Destiny available for you that tells you all of this information. That we then drop in to this lovely show because we like depriving Respawn of the opportunity of hearing it all live because we know it's his favorite part. We know this deep in our souls, deep in our Telestos.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that somebody's lying to you?
It's not the Telesto. Telesto would never lie to me.
Telesto.
Are you saying Telesto doesn't talk to you?
Sir?
This is going to be a fun edit for him.
Why?
Because Discord is just like, we're going to drop all of your words. It's going to be great. It's going to be superb.
I hope it's picking it up. I'm hoping to hear the.
That's what I'm hoping to. I'm hoping that Geark and Craig are hearing what's actually going on, not the audio I'm getting. This is my hope. This is my deep and abiding hope. So, shall we tell the good people what's happening Telesto's Week in Destiny for the 10th of November, 2022? So, Telesto, we mean this week at Bungie, we've got Iron Banner challenges to discuss. Last week, we went over the changes to abilities coming next season, and this week we're hanging out with a few final notes to answer some of the community questions and sharing some changes to Iron Banner. First off, the Winning Trials map, which we've already told you, even though their whisper singing anomaly on repeat, sadly, was not an anomaly. It was Cauldron. It was Telesto Cauldron. So grab your Telesto, go to the Cauldron, and murder all the people. Make everybody purple and grape flavored. That's what Telesto demands of you. And if for some reason you didn't get the fancy Telesto email that we talked about, Bungie has a page that they say you should go check out this page that will tell them or tell you how to make sure you're getting those emails. Because it's not just the Telesto sending you love letters. It's also all the fun, the voting emails for trials, the fun things they send out to vote on the next set of armor that Respawn's going to hate, all sorts of things. So, if you want to get things from Bungie, you need to be receiving those emails. So if you didn't get the Telesto one or the voting for trials one, go check out this page. There's a link in the 12 of how to get there and what you need to do with it.
To be fair, I don't hate all the armor. There's been one consistent of armor that I love. It's just everybody keeps voting for the opposite. Speaking of which, I cannot fathom how all of you numbskulls voted for the Gundam and I see no Gundams. None. None of you are actually buying and wearing it. So why in the hell did you vote for it over the tremendously better monster armor if you're not going to wear it? Now I can't be Godzilla so that you can be Gundam and you're not even being the...
I don't even remember what I voted for, and I have it on and wearing it. It's fun.
No,
Although then they gave me pirate armor,
so many
so...
people in the chat tell me that they voted for Gundam. People voted for it. It was intentional. I'm upset that they got on my Godzilla armor and they're not even doing their due diligence and wearing it.
Maybe you're just hanging out with the wrong people. I can't tell if the long silences are you just not talking or if it's Discord just not picking up what you're saying.
Discord is not picking up, obviously. Oh, I see what you're talking about in Discord.
I was like, I'm not used to there being silence at any point.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that better?
Yeah, now you sound significantly different.
Interesting. All
I'm
right, so I
actually
just
getting full sentences and everything.
I took off my microphone and I put my microphone back on inside of the settings. So I didn't change microphones. I just took it off and put it back on. But yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it was definitely like it was picking up like I'm hearing a little bit of keyboard clicks now, but now I'm getting your full sentences. Before it was absolutely clipping out half of what you were saying, but I also wasn't getting the keyboard clicks. So I don't know if it's whatever you're using to suppress those, or if it's Discord being Discord. But yeah, no, like now
Discord had to be goofy. Yeah,
yeah,
but
like that's
I
the first
saw
full
what you were
sentence I've gotten
talking
from you.
about. Whenever I looked at it, I could see that even though I was talking, my little bubble wasn't always popping up. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, now you sound
the
fine.
problem was in Discord. It just I don't know what it was. I didn't change anything. Like I said, I just took my mic off and put it back on again. And Discord's like, oh, you want to use this mic, not this mic. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so now you sound much better, and now I'm getting full sentences. So now I, much like all of your lovely people that follow you at twitch.tv/no one respawns in real life, can hear you in your full glory.
Dun, dun, dun. Micah made it. Look at that. I didn't even call him.
Why Mike has appeared?
So
Great.
evil.
So
well,
has
it
he been in
wasn't evil.
trials with this
You needed.
Telesto?
I don't know. Did you go trials yet? Do you want to go on trials right now?
Have you brought your Telesto into trials? It's got to be Telesto Trials weekend. It has to be.
I mean, it is definitely, but the question is if Telesto is still what it was yesterday, today. Oh wait, no, reset hasn't happened. It happens like what?
I'm going to assume it is, as it's still trouncing everything. I don't know because I haven't been in there, but yeah, it's still sitting at 12% of all trials kills. Like it's at 425,000 kills. The Durang is sitting at 93,000 kills as we record this. So if not, it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good over there.
You Respawn tell you my theory on what's going to probably happen with it.
Well, I told him that you said it feels more like an exotic, but I didn't go into your theory. I left that for you.
We've just now fixed Respawn's audio, so I'm getting full sentences from him for the first time. So I'm finally getting Respawn in all of his current glory.
Whee!
So you had perfect timing. So what is your Telesto theory for this week in Telesto?
Basically, they're letting it just run wild, have fun. They decided to buff it, and potentially, this will be one of its potential reworks where it actually functions more like a real fusion rifle, where it has that projectile speed boost and everything like that. But they just way overtune the range. So I believe they may just dial that back, but hopefully, maybe even leave some of the effects that it already has, where it sticks and then explodes after a certain period of time. Kind of like dynamite or firecrackers, it feels like an exotic. It feels good. It really does. It's just a little overtuned on its range. But
so you think 25 meters is too far?
I think 25 meters is fun. But by Destiny standards and, the population that loves to rage about things not being skilled enough, it's too much for them. So they will cater to that whole side of things. But
is it any worse than the others? I can't remember which subtype
main ingredient
of fusion rifle. Like is that any worse of a range than?
There aren't subtypes. There are only main ingredient.
Main ingredient, Zerge ingredient, and Telesto. That's it. Nothing else exists. And then Jotun if you're feeling spicy.
Oh, Jotun is its own thing. Period. It's not a fusion rifle. It's not a rocket launcher. It's its own thing. It's a mini.
Tell him how you feel about the Jotun right now. He thinks.
Oh no, Jotun's still better.
I see Jotun versus Telesto right now. I don't think it's better. I don't think Jotun is better than current Telesto.
No, it is. It's better. You know why?
Educate
a couple
me.
of reasons. One, range. Jotun has infinite range.
Okay.
You can one shot anyone from anywhere. There is no fall off damage. All you have to do is just catch some, poor schmuck standing still trying to snipe from the corner out of his vision, and bam, easy kill. Two, In-air accuracy. Jotun has perfect in-air accuracy. I've tried the Telesto jumping and everything like that. It does lose its accuracy. Yep, those things do fall off. So that, I mean, you got a couple of different things. Collateral, you have. I think the collateral's about the same. More so in Telesto's favor, of course, but for someone to be grouped up strong enough to catch two people with a Telesto, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be rare. But yeah, I've hit
Yeah,
doubles with both.
yeah, catching with the Telesto used to be stick it on the floor, stick it on a small wall when people run through it. That then you catch them.
Yeah, still can happen, but the explosion radius actually does not seem egregious at all. So that's why I don't feel like it's way too overtuned. It just has too much range. That's literally all it is. It's just too much range. But I think after today, the daily reset is going to switch into something else. So it'll be probably crazy for today, but Telesto's changed every single day, literally every single day. So they're not going to go crazy about people like it's crazy and it destroying trials for one day. They're going to like, yeah, well, it's going to switch tomorrow. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, wait 24 hours, it'll be different.
Yep.
Kind of like the weather.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
be surprised if it doesn't switch up and turn into something different, but I believe it will.
Yeah, I would love if they would. I mean, it's almost like they're taking this little Telesto mini event as we're going to run Telesto Labs. Let's throw a bunch of permutations out there for 24 hours. Basically make it a community event, so make people aware of it. Hand them a free Telesto on the weekend, and then see what happens with it. I almost wish they would do
Yeah,
this with
they're
more
selling
things.
it. That was a troll.
Troll
I mean-
or genius, one or the other.
Now, if Xur had like an entire like armor set, or like an entire armor ornament set as Telesto, that's the only thing I would like to see this weekend. Weapons Telesto, armors Telesto. There's an exotic Telesto helmet you could get.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Definitely a lot of things. But yeah, if I go into trials today, then I am probably rocking Drang and Wastelander with ACD feedback fence. Oof,
Mm.
it's so much nasty fun. So much nasty fun.
But no Telesto, I'm disappointed.
I mean, you may switch it up, but I know everybody and their mom's gonna be using Telesto. And another thing I've actually had fun kind of doing, while other people are using Telesto, I just throw on some Antaeus wards. It's so much fun knocking it right back into their faces. It's so much fun. So yeah,
Nice.
we know what everybody will be using today. Know it, absolutely.
Yep. Destiny Trials Telesto report continues to say, "Yup."
Yeah, all of the
there are-
things, yes.
There are other things but we don't really acknowledge them. There will be
Not
Void
yet,
Hunters
anyway.
and Telesto. Those are your two constants.
Yeah, I'm setting it up to go into the. I'm gonna be one of those void hunters that go in with the Falcon chest piece on and the Telesto, and I'm gonna go with the Braytech Werewolf for now, only because
Have fun.
well, no, I'm not going in by myself. No, you have to be my shield.
I mean, I'll happily do that. No problem.
Take him by the hand.
You need to run in first, and I need to clean up what you leave behind.
Yeah, happily, no problems. Oh my god, if nothing else, I have to make an honorable mention to this because I know you've already talked about it, but I freaking love it. The sidearm buff and the range cannon nerf has made my life just.
Did you say the rage cannon?
Yes.
I thought I heard that. I was like, rage cannon? What?
Yeah, because hand cannon mains are just rolling and just angry.
Yeah, no, I like the sidearm meta too. The one that I've seen a lot of are the one that freezes you, and then the one that has the fusion rifle on the bottom of it. That's what I've been seeing a lot of.
Cryosthesia and Traveler's Chosen.
Yes, those two.
Yeah, one that I didn't expect to be as good as it is, because it was pretty trash in PvP.
Hmm.
Brigand's Law. After the buff, Brigand's Law is an absolute beast of a monster for a melee build, which of course I run. I
Oh,
racked
you're not rocking the Boudica.
no.
Boudica C?
I still rock Boudica, but I mean, I don't run two sidearms. That's in the primary, and the others in the power or the energy.
The power? Whoa! Hold up a
Energy
second.
slot.
You
We
don't
got-
run Boudica as a power weapon, and T-Rex King is correct to be Devil's Ruin, not Traveler's Chosen.
Yeah.
Devil's Ruin is one that's the charges up and hit him with a Telesto bolt.
Right.
It's all Telesto now.
But yeah,
no,
okay.
It's what the Brigand's Law. So freaking nasty. I have racked up how many? I believe it's 600 kills when I only had maybe like 30. Yeah, Boudica's nasty. Not Boudica, Brigand's Law.
It's a
So
tiny
much
little
noise.
SMG. The fire rate on that thing's ridiculous. If you're not good with it, you spray and pray and hope for the best.
Which
No,
one?
it's not a spray and pray. It's actually quite accurate now. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but if you're not good with it, it's a spray and pray because you can empty that clip and you're gonna hit something.
Well, I mean, I hope if you're playing Destiny, you know how to hit things, just in general, kind of.
Nope.
You take the shoulder, and you smash into them. I mean, come on, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You take the shoulder, you smash them, and then everyone's fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the Titan way. But there's some skill play involved.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What were you talking about? Is accurate? Which item?
The Brigand's Law is very accurate now.
I don't even think I have that. That's an energy weapon?
Yeah,
It's the new.
It sounds
seasonal
familiar.
one. It's the seasonal one that's pirate.
Oh,
themed.
that one.
You can roll with Volt Shot.
Yeah, I have a Volt Shot version of that. Is that any good in PvP, the Volt Shot?
no, they make sure it's trash in PvP.
There you go.
So are you? So and now that you're gonna, well, I don't know if you're gonna drag Respawn. Respawn will drag you into trials as a meat shield.
Well, I'm in orbit right now for whomever's joining. And that invitation's open to anybody in the chat too, because if Mike is coming, we're gonna need a third.
Somebody help Respawn get to his Whistler's Wimbo.
Right. Because that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for. I have no aiming. There's nothing I'm aiming for. I don't know who I'm lying to. I'm going in with zero expectations.
Do you not want the bow? Like,
What
isn't that
map
the whole
is
point
it?
to play trials? Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Which
Cauldron
one
one.
is Cauldron? I'll have to see it. I'll see it. Yeah, I'll see it when we get there.
Yeah, trials report will tell you. I would explain it to you, but I don't know many maps in this game. So it's the one where there's a little room on the inside, and everyone runs in with the two doors that open and close. So it waits until you try to line up your shot, then the door closes on you.
I hate that one. That's right. Yeah, we discussed this
more
last
reason
week.
to-
I hate any maps where the doors can close on you at inopportune times.
All the more reason to Telesto into the room.
You said that's the one that's at nighttime.
Yeah,
think so,
it's
yeah.
nighttime outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Who
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
outside? I've only ever been inside on that map.
Dude, I try to avoid the middle at all costs. I hate
Oh,
that map, and the middle is the
I
worst part
like
to be.
that map.
Good, then I'll just follow
all
you.
PQC maps. No, you don't follow me. I must do things, and you can't follow.
I need to. I need you in shield.
Sir,
I can make
just
you
go-
invisible.
Go invisible. What
I mean,
do you need a
that-
shield for?
that
Just
hell?
Well, yeah, no,
do what
I
the
am
hunters
going-
do. Go
I am
invisible,
going
pop out of
invisible.
nowhere, and destroy someone. Well, then what
I
are you
am
worried about?
Because, like,
Everything.
Embrace
Yeah.
the way of your people.
the second I start to fire that Telesto, guess who's not invisible anymore?
It won't matter because they'll
all
be
you
dead.
need. Yeah, it's actually. I think
Ooh,
they actually
speaking of
increased
which-
the fire rate. That thing shoots pretty fast though.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've used Telesto in PvP
Surprisingly
because
fast.
everyone
Or maybe I
everyone learned how you use it and said, no, we're not going to fall for your clever tricks. It's nice to see it getting some
I'll go
love.
pick up a thing. So it's the bow. Ugh.
No. The adept one's the shotgun. The Inquisitor shotgun is the adept weapon this week,
Who needs?
which
it?
I didn't mention because I didn't think there was a reason to, but
Yeah, it's not. I
For
mean,
the
because
record, that is what's available.
honestly, the Inquisitor shotgun is so good standard. Why do you even need an adept? An adept is just probably
Well, the
overkill.
adept, instead of getting an additional 10 points, you get those 10 points plus 2 points in every other column. And then there's the whole adept mods that you can put in there too. So there's
Yeah,
a reason
but
to go
but here's
adept.
the thing: it's a slug shotgun. All you need is
Uh-huh.
handling, and all you need is range. It already has
Yeah,
literally
and you
you
can
put on
put on
all
you
the
can put on adept range to give it even more range.
no, you don't need to at all, is what I'm saying. Because it
Well,
has
yeah, well, yeah,
like
you
what is
don't.
it, 70 range at base. All you need is literally two range options, other range or one other range option, and you're already sitting at capped range. Like it's so good base, you don't need an adept like at all. Like it's overkill, like for that weapon. Some weapons like, oh, adept, oh yeah, now it's really good. Nah, not for this. That thing is so good, it doesn't need it.
The
Unless you
Inquisitor
get
just switch
adept aim
snipes.
assist, then yeah, then that'll help.
You know, there's the
Uh,
Inquisitor shotgun model, then there's the Inquisitor sniper rifle model. It just switches, that's all.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's already a sniper.
It's a
Like
sniper if you can get that headshot though, man.
Better
You get the
sniper.
yeah.
no, you get
Linear
one.
fusion
Does it
rifle?
have swashbuckler? If it I think it has swashbuckler on it. You get swashbuckler, you're going around body shotting. If you made a melee build again.
Yeah, but you can't one shot body shot, can you?
I think with Swash you
Well,
can,
okay, maybe with Swash,
because
maybe.
150 with a 30% buff is an extra 45 damage, and that's 195. It's body shot ranges.
Well, sounds like
All
there's your
right,
mission.
all right. I got my suicide peel, and I think I'm ready to go.
Suicide Pill. I think Ohiro, which is new to the chat. Congratulations. How you doing, Ohiro? But he's gonna be our third.
Well,
So
this is
he's
going to be
joining
great
up for the
fun.
second. Yeah.
Well, enjoy our suicide, sir.
our
Come
our
on.
televised
Flawless,
suicide.
glorious victory. I don't know what you're expecting. Come on, we got this. Well,
No.
I don't. You guys got this.
Actually, I wanted your opinion, right? So I know
I'm
how
just gonna
much you
sit
love
and
the
watch.
Windows blue screen error code, right? What about the Telesto? I like the Telesto one a lot, honestly. How it's all like glitchy and whatnot.
close.
It's close.
It's
It's
really
not enough though.
close. See, there's something about the Windows blue screen error that harkens me back to the days of Windows 95 and before.
Uh-huh.
There's something about that era in like Windows 3.1.1 that lives in my soul. That while
Sure.
Telesto is good, and it may just crawl inside and remove that part of my soul because it's Telesto and it can do that.
Right.
The Telesto is very good and will probably live on my Warlock and Hunter, but I don't know if it's gonna unseat the Windows 95 blue screen of death. You know, Dressikit. I can't remember what that thing is called.
Right.
Which is
I
that one even
gotcha.
still available? Because somebody had asked where I got it, and it was from when you did the.
I don't think you can do it anymore because the Prime
'cause
thing is over.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it was a Twitch gifted something. You have to gift either 2 or 3 subs to someone, and that was a reward for it, which I assume ended at some point. But yeah. But so if you can't have Windows 95,
somebody said
get your
they
Telesto.
turned off skill-based matchmaking. Is that true? Before I jump into this,
Trials is different than everything else. Trials is still card based, and it plays by different rules.
yeah, but I thought it was skill-based matchmaking too. Oh well, I guess we'll find out.
What does
Yeah,
the game
we
say
will
when you
find
click on the
out.
trials?
Oh, that's a good question.
It'll tell you at least to some degree of. That's the
Sure,
other thing. I went looking this week to try to record what different Crucible modes were and stuff. It's surprisingly hard to find actual information on the different game modes in this game as it stands now. I can tell you what it was 3 years ago, but today, no idea.
I heard that Iron Banner is finally making an appearance. It's been a long time since we played some Iron Banana.
Because you
What's
only
going on
get
with
2
that?
per season.
Yeah, it was only 2. Basically, if you missed the one in it was the first week of September. If you missed that one, you've been waiting a long time. If you want to be an Iron Wolf or Iron
it's
Lord,
this map. Okay, I love
Way
this
to
map.
just interrupt.
Dude, I have missed this map, man. Like,
so you're good. You're going flawless now. That sounds like the confidence of a man who's like, we got this. We're going flawless. I
say
don't know what
all
you guys
that.
are worried
That's
about.
a nice armor you got there for once, dude. I like your armor. Normally, you look like a a Titan that fell into a crayon factory, but you're looking pretty sharp right now.
I mean, I still fell into the crayon factory. It was just the one that they don't allow everybody to get into.
That's one we don't talk about. But yeah, no, Brackus Forge is coming back and bringing with him Iron Banner. And if you're going, wait, who's Brackus Forge? That is our Iron Lord, Lord Saladin. Yeah, but Iron Banner Eruption is finally coming back to the Crucible. And we told you earlier in the show for next week in Destiny what it is, how you play it, why you'd want to play it. But this is where I'm going to take a chance to remind you, if you're looking for the Reese Walker shotgun or the Forge's Pledge pulse rifle, those are leaving the loot pool after this season. So if you want either of those, go play Iron Banner this week and try to earn a couple, because they go into the Destiny content vault after this season and this weekend. And maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. Who knows? There's also double XP in the Crucible, so if you're still trying to get your Crime Mutiny grenade launcher, or just trying to spin that nice little bar around near Lord Shaxi to get some things from him, now's a good time to do it next week. And they did, I want to call it a quick note from the team interruption. They fixed a bug where defeating a primed player on a 5+ streak would give extra points for each participant player. While it was interesting, it led to dramatic point swings that were a bit too much for their liking, so now it only rewards points to the player that actually killed the primed person versus the primed, giving your entire team the points for killing the primed person. And they also updated to show the Iron Banner medals instead of showing you Crucible medals, which kind of feel like one and the same, but Bungie apparently didn't feel that way. Is anyone interested in playing Iron Banner next week?
Micah is. I might.
What happened?
What's the carrot on the stick for it?
Carrot on the stick is Iron Banner. You can be an Iron Lord.
That's not a good carrot for me. I need weapons. I need something good.
Would you like a Reese Walker shotgun or a Forge's Pledge pulse
I was
rifle?
about to say, Reese Walker shotgun is actually going to be really nasty
It's
now.
a Roar the Bear. The Allied Demand sidearm. Yeah, Roar the Bear rocket launcher and Allied Demand sidearm are the featured weapons for this one.
I don't think I have that sidearm. What the hell
So
are you doing?
I'm guessing that's a no on the Allied Demand.
Is that what that was?
So Micah gives regurgitating his entire day's worth of meals to the Allied Demand sidearm.
I just hope that they fix the loot system for Iron Banner, because they said most people complain that it's way too grindy.
Yeah, the amount of drops you get of anything is just not there. And man, the loot pool's so big.
Whoa.
If you
Aren't
played
you guys
enough,
the ones talking about last couple Iron Banners, how you play and they're just throwing weapons at you and you had to delete like 5,000?
Doesn't mean it's a weapon that I want. Just because you're throwing, I mean, how many Riptides have you? Well, you may have not deleted many Riptides, but for people who play PvP often, yeah,
that's 95% of my inventory.
Yeah, that's the weapon they were throwing you at PvP forever. It's like, here's a fusion rifle. Would you like another one? How about 70,000 more? Would you like some more?
Did you get enough last time? Here's 2 more. Yay!
Just in case
you're out of bounds.
Yeah, no, throwing loot at you and throwing loot that's desirable at you, 2 very different things.
Very, very different.
Because the Iron Banner loot pool, in a way, I'm almost happy 2 things are leaving it, because it's just lessening the odds to get things. I mean, the Forge's Pledge, I'm sorry, you're a 390 pulse. They may have gotten a buff, but that's still not a good pulse. It still lives in, you could exist, but why? The Reese Walker is good. That was the one where they handed you and was bugged for a while where you couldn't get any more of them. Reese Walker's fun, but yeah, the Forge's Pledge I'm not sad to see going away, and
I don't even know
hopefully they give us something new next season.
Pulse rifle. I had to think about it.
Yeah, it's one I've tried to use because I've gotten what should be good rolls on. I'm like, no, it's still. Why? Why would I use this over any other pulse rifle or any other anything else?
No reason.
Nope. And don't worry, Respawn, because the player support team is back. And this week things are totally going well. I'm just gonna hand it over to them and let the experts give you the updates. Telesto, help.
I thought that's all it said.
Yeah, no, that's all it says. Just says Telesto, help. That's it. Just help. Send help. Telesto in control. And because next week in Telesto was Telesto, they did put in the 12 this week where we covered it earlier. But if you missed that, Your glass wall your glass wall? No, yes, it's a brand new Nightfall. The glass wall, the Glassway Nightfall will be up, so you can stop the Vex Incursion. Is your feature Nightfall for the week. Iron Banner Eruption is back, and Shaxx brings momentum control of the Crucible with bonus Crucible ranks. So if Iron Banner is not the thing you want to go play the gun game, where momentum control, your respawn timer's basically nothing, and your weapon damage gets ramped up to 11. Bring anything in there, gun people down. Great place if you're trying to finish up red frame weapons, or you've got that catalyst that's been sticking around forever. Take it in there, you gun everything down. Body shots for days. And if you're like Respawn and trying to hunt down all of the good Deep Stone Crypt weapons, that's going to be our raid rotator for next week. And your Shattered Throne is your dungeon rotator. And Bungie would like to remind us yet again, maybe correctly this time, maybe not, but daylight savings time is here. If you're in a place that uses daylight savings time, your daily reset will be an hour off. If you're in a place that does not use daylight savings time, then it won't be. At this point, you figured it out. Not a final reminder, but once again reminding you, save your Stadia characters. We told you 2 weeks ago, we told you last week, we'll probably tell you every week, because Bungie's going to tell you every week. If you created your character on Stadia first, make sure cross-save is on. Otherwise, January 18th, 2023, everything you have and know will be gone when Stadia goes away. If you're going, wait, this is the first I'm hearing of this, what now? We'll have links in the show notes and go to the TWAB. There's a whole Save Your Stadia Character article that walks you through exactly what you need to do.
Hey, Peroty.
Hey, Respawn.
What are the odds that I'm already playing against somebody in our chat right now in Trials?
I'm going to say very high.
Very high.
Reading this question.
Yeah, we're playing with one and against another one.
So welcome to private game trials.
And he's not even letting us win. He's killing us. Turn around, Mike, and get him.
So I'm not going to say by going to patreon.com/TTAH you can play with or against Respawn in trials, but I'm saying the opportunity is there. Mm-hmm. You too, like Star Vortiger, could be Vortiger. I can't remember where we landed on it. Mm-hmm. Whatever your lovely name is, you too could be playing against Respawn in trials, or be stuck listening to Respawn play trials and being very sad about it.
Yes, I'm expecting handouts. I suck at trials. Hell yeah, I'm expecting handouts.
Oh, that's amazing. What's not amazing, though, is the Ether Tank radio. They're currently investigating issues causing players to be unable to receive your Ether Tank radio messages when you play across multiple characters. As a workaround, complete Sales of the Shipstealer weekly quest mission on a character that has at least one game of chance remaining from the spider, and ensure they receive all the messages before progressing the story mission on another, or just don't play other characters. It's fine. Either one works.
Right.
You also must return to orbit between every radio interaction. So listen to the radio, back to orbit. Listen to the radio, back to orbit. That seems great. Known issues list. Strap in. There's a long list this week. Telesto. And that's our known issues for the week. And then there's there's art, there's movies, there's all the good stuff that people get lovely little things for. Don't worry, Respawn. Someone has done some lovely artwork of someone wearing their mech armor as a hunter, maybe to possibly, motivate the rest of your people into wearing their mech armor because they voted for it.
We have armor? I thought we only had the helmet.
You only bought the helmet.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, you were debating it the other day. I thought you bought it.
Well, no, I was saying, is it really worth getting an entire cost of an armor set for only a helmet?
Well, like I said, the helmet was on sale or will be on sale.
Nope.
For Glimmer.
That was the helmet for the, event, for the crappy Fortnite event, which I don't know why they did that event instead of just giving us our Arc armor and then doing the Fortnite event at some other point in time when some people would actually not even care. Because some people were looking forward to that Arc armor set.
Because they're launching the Epic Game Store. When you launch the Epic Game Store, got to do your epic crossovers. And then everything else later.
You don't have to do it like now. You could do it later.
Oh, you do. You do have to do it now. It's very important.
So how many people from Fortnite have gone over to playing Destiny if they weren't already playing Fortnite? No one.
Do we talk to those people, those Fortnite people?
Some of them actually, yeah, we have a lot of those in our chat, Peroty.
No,
Yeah,
I know. I mean, it's only what the biggest.
that's
game
cool,
in-
but they were already
maybe
playing. They were already playing Fortnite. That's my
Yeah.
point. Like, you haven't
Right.
brought any new Fortnite players from Destiny. Destiny
Right.
players aren't saying, "Ooh, you know what? I'm a fan of good, stylish, direct, and thoughtful, intuitive gunplay. Let's play Fortnite."
Yep.
Yeah.
And thanks Fortijay
Mm.
for that win, buddy. We needed that, even though you 1v3'd us twice and won. But he was trying, dude. Like, he killed me and then the other two, and I was like, dude, come on.
You know what happened? You actually finally started getting some kills.
I had more kills than you.
What are you talking about?
I had
didn't
10,
even-
you had 8, bud.
I said you finally started getting some kills. You only had like 3. Like
I
the
had
last
10
one.
that time. Oh, yeah. Well, the last
No,
one was
you
because I was
only
playing on
had
mouse and
3 the
keyboard.
last one.
This one we just finished, I had 10.
Yes.
How did he live that? He just took the entire Telesto to the face and lived. Wow. Anyway, continue.
There was a hot fix this week, 6.2.5.3. It fixed an issue where if you had your Festival of the Lost mech armors, then your shaders will now apply the textures correctly in all the places. So when you're not wearing it, it'll look better. And this also brought us our lineal fusion rifle update, which you may remember is the linear fusion rifle update that they talked about doing. Maybe we'll do it next season. Well, they brought it back to this week, which is basically they now have flinch. Theoretically, they're easier to fight against in Crucible. I mean, it's Telesto week, so who can tell? But they increase the flinch received from player damage. The magnitude of the flinch is increased by 4 times to that of a sniper rifle, making it for the lower zoom and aim assist. Sorry, for the lower zoom and higher aim assist. They increase the flinch settle time by 60%, which is the same one that they recently applied to the sniper rifles. They significantly reduced the flinch received from non-player combatants by 80%, and Arbalest and Lawrence Driver themselves got reduced the aim assist cone by 35% because Bungie says so. There's also, they fixed the intended authority seasonal challenge showing inaccurate rewards, and the psychic warfare emblem has the right reward and is now stated as such. And they pushed a bunch of Telesto changes that they didn't tell us about, but obviously we're now seeing the effects of, because it is Telesto Trials weekend. How many Telesto kills do you have, Respawn? Live Telesto update.
Only.
one?
I don't know. All my kills are Telesto kills.
Only. How many Telesto kills you have? Yes.
I can't. So that hunter was chasing me. I jumped backwards, killed him with the Telesto, and then realized I'm off map with no jumps left.
That's it.
I killed him. He died.
I think we call that a trade in the business. I think you traded with him.
Traded, died, killed. It's all.
That's our 12 this week. That's our update for this week. There was a couple videos. I'm guessing you didn't watch anything on YouTube worth talking about.
Just the ass to cross in the Telesto. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, we're at that point of the season where everybody. Oh yeah, there's a whole thing that actually I can't remember if I put it in the report. There's a whole thing where there was an AMA with some Bungie folks on Reddit, and it basically this went around the community this week around them basically saying that they're probably not going to invest in doing a lot more of the secret quests, hidden things, because they're just going basically the cost and the work to encrypt all that so they're not immediately data mined is the risk and reward of that. It's like, yeah, we could do it, but it's a ton of work to keep the secret a secret, and they much rather spend that time and money and effort doing other things, which the Destiny community took it to mean we'll never do secrets again. Secrets are over. We'll never have another secret event in Destiny. And then DMG later on was like, no, that's not what was said, because it was one of those, you took a whole big 2 paragraphs from an AMA and condensed it into one little tidbit. It's like, no, that's not at all what was said. Like when you read a headline on a newspaper article and it says, hey, the world is ending, tomorrow, and they're like, for one guy in Tortuga somewhere,
Right?
very, very different thing. So there's a bunch of rubble in the community, but no, secret events aren't going away. But they may be different things. Like to DMG's point, they may be smaller things, like the Telesto event we're having this week. Where it's on a big secret mission. We're not getting a whole new exotic out of it, but it's making the Telesto do some fun things, and now it's leading kills and trials.
It sure is. Except for that one hunter who I shot in the face twice and he still lived. Don't know how that worked out. But Whatever.
27 resilience.
Well, I mean, seriously though, luckily I have it on recording so people could believe me, people that were watching. But yeah, no, everyone else, I've just been tapping with the Telesto and they die. This guy, point blank, all the bolts hit him and he still had most of his health. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, because everything is RNG. You will never not convince me that weapon play in Destiny is basically RNG.
Right?
is better.
Well, maybe for you.
What's better?
Jotun is
Jotun.
better. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is no
Oh, yeah.
RNG with Jotun. It hits you, you die.
Oh yeah.
Now, there may be some latency issue where you may die like 2 seconds later, but you will die.
Yeah. It will find you. It will murder you. You will be on fire.
Then how come you're not using it? I just see you shoulder charging everybody.
Because I'm actually shotgunning, shoulder charging everybody. And if they touch me, such as try to melee me, they die. This is why I've been leading in kills pretty much the entire time.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you last round?
I mean, yeah. I mean, when I had as many kills as the both of you put together, it worked out pretty good for me.
Okay,
For
you
the
had
team.
4, we each had 2. Don't make it sound like it was a huge arbitrary number, all right? You had 4 kills, bud.
Hey. Literals are literals. It's literally
Yeah,
double the
but
kills.
you need to be specific because you're making it sound like I had 15 kills and each of you had whatever. No, you had 4, okay?
Hey, it
Roll
would have been
that
more if
out,
you guys
right?
could have killed like more people. Then I would have had even more kills because the rounds would have lasted longer. So hey,
Shut up.
There were a couple things this week on the YouTubes that we will, as always, have links in our show notes. Cheese Forever, which we are obligated to include every single time because he is magnificent. Telesto gained a new ability today, which really you could say that every day this week, and probably will get a new ability tomorrow. So if you haven't been tracking what Telesto's been up to, cheese is all over for you. Astacross has the Was Light 3.0 actually worth it? Everything we missed. So he actually did a video earlier about, hey, everything that sort of was taken away in the Light 3.0 reworks. And there's a bunch of stuff that people said, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this thing over here? What about Telesto? So he did another video of the rest of the things that we lost in Light 3.0. Is it worth it? Do you miss them? Are you sad? Astacross will tell you what they were if you don't remember what half of them were, like I didn't. True Vanguard, why are hand cannons dead in the water in Destiny 2?
because they need to be.
Thank you.
Because they've only had 7 years of prominence and good. I'm sorry.
I think 7 years is not being generous enough. I mean, have you ever seen hand cannons not do well? Even when other things are the meta, like pulse rifles and auto rifles, hand cannons were still like up there. Just
Yeah,
no.
everything's fun for a while. The 600 RPM auto rifle meta was my favorite meta, but even by the end of it, I was getting tired of it. So I'm glad things are changing. I'm glad Telesto's at the top for a change.
I'm not feeling the one shot that I saw Astacross with. Even when I come out of invisibility and I got that extra damage, I'm still not consistently killing them.
I told you that, dude. You weren't. See, this is why I told you. This is why Jotun is better. Like I told you this very thing. You're not going to be cross-mapping people because they have to be standing perfectly still in order for all those bolts.
I am hitting them with the bolts.
No,
That's
you'll
not the
hit
problem.
them.
It's the RNG, whatever that's happening.
That's what I'm saying. You will hit people, but there will be a stray bolt. Like not
Well,
all
what's
of them.
the charge time? What's the charge time on the
You've got it just in front of you. You can look it up.
800 or whatever. It's not much different.
820 versus?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
Jotun is
820.
all or nothing. Telesto is you'll do some damage, but it may not be a killing blow. Jotun is you're getting the kill. You're not. There is no middle ground.
So basically, have some aim, and then Jotun will do the rest.
Well, I got the sum aim down. 820. Oh, they're the exact same. Okay.
Yes, they're
They're the exact same.
Yeah, so now you just need more aim. And just like if you've been watching Respawn playing this weekend, he also is rocking the free Telesto emblem that Cheese Forever has a video about. And now I think this is where Bungie put a code in the game that did not work. So if you go to the TWAB, they have it very clearly what the correct code is. So if you entered a code for your free Telesto emblem and it did not work, look other places.
Working as intended, Telesto doing Telesto things.
Does your emblem keep like switching? Like does the purple parts keep scrolling down because it's not centered anymore?
No, it's centered when it's just a little square, but on the banner it's offset. specifically to show that it's glitched. Yeah,
I would love if it just continued to move and was slightly animated.
That
just
would be
enough to make
awesome.
you lose your mind. And as Respawn is enjoying right now, broken PvP, Laser Tag 2.0. Astrocross has a video on Telesto the Besto, Laser Tag Weekend. Kami Cakes Gaming has a video on the linear, quote, nerf, if you want his thoughts on it, and he did some testing with it. You can see how that played out. And
Who did
finally,
that?
because Kami Cakes,
Fallout also did it, and there is a significant change.
Yep.
There
Aim
is.
for the
Aim for the
we
knees
go.
to get the headshot. Yep.
nope, not the knees. A little higher.
a
Whatever.
soft, supple thigh.
Yeah,
And-
but he showed that they did significantly reduce the magnetism, and they
Inner
did
thigh.
greatly increase the flinch. Both of those did happen, but unfortunately for the good players, it's still really easy to compensate. Now they just got to start aiming for the knees or for a part of male anatomy slightly above the knees, and then you get a headshot.
Actually, it's not easy to compensate because you still have the jarring, and you have to know exactly how much flinch someone's going to be applying to you. Because if someone has more flinch than another person, then that same level of flinch that you're getting from what you're testing against won't get that headshot centered. So I think that
Sorry,
it
I was
was-
zoned out when you started talking. What?
yeah, I think the nerf is pretty dang. It did exactly what it needed to do. It killed all the trash players who were running around getting free kills constantly because
But the good players are
no-
still getting the kills with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they're good.
Well, I mean, that's the same
Yeah.
for, I mean, apply that statement to literally every change in the history of Destiny.
Well,
1
you
or 2.
know, the reason I joined Trials this morning is because I was hoping
No,
that
no,
it was one
no.
shot with the Telesto, right?
No, you were bullied. You were bullied into it. Let's be clear here. You were absolutely bullied into it by myself, by Micah, and by Chad.
Listen,
Let's be clear on
no,
the facts.
Micah
here.
didn't. I
I
bullied
don't-
Micah. I bullied Micah. But no. Okay, so serious talk here for a second. Laser Tag Weekend. Laser Tag Weekend, right, was
Hands
fun
down, it happened.
because everybody was on the same playing field. You didn't need any skill. If you could strafe the beam across the field, and if it touched somebody, they would die. Everybody, same skill level, period, no matter what, right? That's what made Laser Tag Weekend so fun. And when I saw Telesto just one-tapping people at ridiculous ranges with just one of the bolts, I was like, this feels like Laser Tag Weekend. This might actually be fun. But I'm not feeling the Laser Tag Weekend part of
That's
this,
why
you
I
know?
told you I played it a couple of times. It was fun, and then I moved on. Like it was all right.
Yeah, Laser Tag Weekend, that weapon was so broken.
Yeah.
Like you said, raid bosses were a one shot. Everything was broken. This is just broken. This is broken within, a purposeful breaking. Telesto did it, but Bungie helped.
And then
When
on top
Laser
of
Tag
that,
Weekend happened, Bungie was like, that was not the plan, but yeah, here we are. So they gave it to Zertacell. And yeah, so we'll put Fallout's video in there as well. Also, the Fallout campers hate playing this build a lot. For you hunters with your throwing knives. And because this man is suffering for
I
us,
have that exact build.
there you go. And the last one for this week, Fallout plays. I played 50 games of Rift and regret all of my life choices.
No.
There's something just satisfying about watching that poor man suffer playing 50 games of anything. So
It is fun. And you guys have heard me talk about it a lot. How I have a throwing knife build for PvP that whenever I do feel like going into PvP, that's what I use. That's the build he's talking about right now. The campers hate this. You get kills with this build that you don't deserve. I'm not as a hunter.
so you're playing like a hunter, man.
No, hunters have high skill gap with everything other than
You're
this
right.
knife build.
Throw
And
a
even
knife
then-
against the
And
wall,
even
it
then,
instantly
and
kills people.
no, you
Throw a
have to have
knife in the
geometry.
general direction, and it
You have to
instantly
have
kills
no.
people.
You have to hit it on the ground
Throw
first,
a knife on the
and
ground,
then it has
and
to
it kills
bounce off of
people.
the ground at a certain angle so that it hits the wall at a certain angle, so it goes in your general direction. After
I'm just
you've
trying to
primed
figure
it
out.
by getting a couple of headshots.
I'm just trying to figure out. They said that we want to remove the skill, the thing where people can get one-shot melee abilities, except for save with exotics that enhance those abilities. So we're gonna take away Titan's shoulder charge. Yeah. But you still get one-shot throwing knives. No
Okay.
exotic required.
Yeah, that does require an exotic.
I'm sorry. I was talking to Peroty. No, you don't require an exotic because you
Bro,
can throw knives.
Othris's
Supposedly, if
embrace
someone
is the exotic you use to do that.
So you could throw knives at people's, just generally, just throw a knife at someone's head, and if you get a headshot
Bro, just because
with
you're
the
ignoring that
knife,
you need the exotic
the
doesn't mean you
knife,
don't need an
get a
exotic.
headshot, but like it gives a one-shot kill. But tell me, have you ever seen a knife not get a one-shot kill? Like I don't ever see the
All the
knife that
time, dude.
doesn't one-shot kill me.
All the
I
time.
literally, it's like literally every hunter has perfect
Wait.
aim with these weighted knives.
You see the knife? I just die from somewhere, and then it says a knife killed
Well,
you. It's like, oh, okay, if you say so, game.
I see them walk around the corner and looking like a little girl throwing a paper airplane, and then I'm dead. That's what I see. So yeah, so
Yes,
it's
you need an exotic, and they need to prime it by getting headshots first.
I'm sorry,
you don't
do you
just
play
get the weighted throwing knife. You don't just. They're not just like, hey, as long as you're alive, you get this weighting throwing knife. No, you have to prime it by getting headshots, right? After you've gotten headshots and the knife is primed, then you get the one-shot knife, bud. Right? It's not there all the time. And if you die before using it, it goes away, and then you have to prime it again.
Your knife is primed.
Stupid face. Anyway, episode 199 response report roundup. This Micah doesn't know how hunters work.
Guess
Yeah,
what's
dude.
going to be in it? Guess what it's going to include?
Throw trip mines, throw knives, go invisible, and then teabag everywhere.
Show me the build where you can throw a knife and go invisible.
I didn't say all at one time.
They're not teabagging. They were just trying to use their dodge.
Actually, there's a build where you can throw a knife and go invisible. You just need to wear an exotic helmet. I actually answered my own question.
There you go.
It doesn't matter. So Telesto has taken over DIM. So if you highlight over something in DIM, I think it's been fixed by now, but everything you highlighted became Telesto. So that was fun.
Yeah. Earlier this week. Yeah, and the weapon looked fine until you rolled over it. Every single weapon was Telesto.
Armor piece, every weapon, every ability, everything in your inventory, all of your abilities, your super, everything was all Telesto.
All Telesto all the time.
The emblem, he's already explained that to you. Destiny Bulletin says the in-game pop-up notice.
We told people, but tell them what. At least give them the code they need to put in because they.
Okay. All right,
we haven't told them what the code is to get that sweet Telesto emblem.
The correct code that you need is going to be 9 Lima X-ray 7 Yankee Charlie 6 Tango X-ray. One more time for those of you that don't know phonetics. 9 LX 7 YC 6 TX will give you the Telesto emblem.
Make sure to include all 6 Texases. If you only include 5 Texases, you will not receive your emblem.
Moving on, the in-game pop. Okay,
The in-game pop-up gave you the incorrect code. So,
in case you missed, oh, Micah, you were right. Look, here's what you were talking about the other day. In case you missed it, I didn't believe him because I had to look through my armor. I was like, "Are you sure? That doesn't sound right." But no, he was right. In case you missed it, Arc armor set coming to Destiny 2 in Season 19. So they really did never give us an Arc armor set. How perceptive, Micah.
They mentioned that around the time the Epic thing was coming out that this was going to get pushed to the next season because of the Epic crossover stuff they did instead.
Charlie doesn't fit in the code bar. Oh God. Oh, I can't even. Okay.
Just subtract one of the T's. Any of them.
That's fine.
Disclaimer. I hate you. Not confirmed that this is the Arc set. Smiley face. So they give you a set that looks Arc-ish in nature, and they're saying that it's not confirmed that this is the set.
That Warlock.
And then Destiny Bulletin snaps back and says, "Nope, I'm pretty sure that's the Season 19 Arc armor." So you have Bungie Tracker and Destiny Tracker and Destiny Bulletin fighting with each other. So we'll see who wins that one.
Warlock.
Yep. Telesto, this is from DMG. Telesto, what are you doing? Team is fixing the in-game emblem code for our pop-up message. Code found online is, in fact, correct. Nitedemon says, Bungie press room, Telesto. Bungie is an independent, employee-owned game development studio based in Bellevue, Washington, dedicated to creating hopeful worlds that inspire passionate player communities and lifelong friendships. Telesto. Destiny 2 says, they call me Telesto. Say it with your chesto. My zest for stress test just coalescesto. Conquest is the best, the blesto. Will soon be represto. Suggest you rest if you're feeling distressto. If you're a guest for this festo at my behesto, as long as you express I'm the absolute error. Take comfort. Nothing I create is without significance. And there's a link that I cannot click, and I don't know where that goes. That appears to be all for the Respawn's raid report. Do we have anything in the show notes worth expressing?
No,
Yeah, join us next time and we'll discuss the slightly controversial, should hunters smoke slow in PvP?
Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, the only thing I put in the show notes are just the links for Nitedemon for the YouTube videos and stuff.
Gotcha.
And no, I think this is where we get to the part of the show where we say there's some lovely humans out there. And again, we're not going to guarantee you will match with Respawn in trials. But if you go to patreon.com/TTH, you may, the chance exists.
You can carry me.
Yeah. I mean, Respawn. Let's be honest. Put me in your basket, carry me wherever you carry me. We are all looking for trials carries. But you could be like the glorious Zep Orbit or dedicated Wham 64, the Scarlet KM, poor T-Rex King, who is always stuck at work listening to us live. 2782, We Noble, Golden God 1562, basically Salt. That man is basically an ACL. PP Pipe. Oh, and there's one that I left off this list, and they're going to be sad. Oh no.
Zep Orbit?
No, did Zep Orbit. I've long since Lord Master Chaos. Lord Master Chaos.
Oh, that guy. Man,
I was like, wait a minute.
him.
I was like, wait a minute, my numbers are wrong. Lord Master Chaos. Yep. You could be like any of these fine patrons that, the show is going to be here. It's going to be ad-free. But, any little bit of money we can raise on the show, honestly, helps to pay for itself. And will hopefully allow us buy back the rights to Nitedemon that have been sold. So we're currently in negotiations. We'll see what happens with all that.
Yeah, with all the horse talk about him being Houndish actually copyrighted Nitedemon. So we're in a legal battle, and we need all the money we can get to get Nitedemon's name back.
Yeah, we currently do need to win our battle against the powers of Houndish. So, yeah, I'm not saying go be a patron, but, it never helps. It never hurts. No, I won't say never helps. It might never help, too. It's hard to say how our battle goes. Also, coffee.com, ko-fi.com/2titanshunter. If you're like, I want to see Respawn play more trials, toss some money our way. We are will do things and silly things for money. We're very motivated. You can listen to this show live every single weekend. Well, I won't say every single. Most weekends, usually around Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You can hear the live version at twitch.tv/no-one-responds-in-real-life. If you're into D&D, he also plays Thursday nights and streams randomly in and out. Really, he'll stream the show live if he's A, on the ground somewhere, not in an airport usually, and B, at some super weird time, because we move this show around because time zones are hard.
Yeah.
You can find Nitedemon, hopefully, still at twitch.tv/2titanshunter, where he does stream, again, won't say every Wednesday, many Wednesdays, from 5 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 10 a.m., 2 p.m. UTC, since he is over in jolly old England. So you can probably find him there, but really the safest thing to do, dear listener, is go to twitch.tv/2titanshunter and twitch.tv/no-one-responds-in-real-life and click the little follow button, hit the bell, and then it will tell you when they're streaming if you can't figure out time zones just like Bungie can't. That's really the safest thing to do, and really it helps all the things happen. And Respawn gets happier the more people get to watch him play trials and do raids and attempt to get weapons that he is never allowed to get. Although I do think you finally did. Do you have your full collection now?
I have every exotic in the game now. Yep, I got them all.
Well, that's it. You've beaten the game. There's no reason to play anymore. So this is where I say thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon. Your hunter is no one responds in real life. Your guest hunter of the moment is no one. He's gone. Somewhere not our... I played with him this week. He's alive. I've seen proof of life. So we've replaced him with our guest Titan of Micah, who is here to tell Respawn he's wrong and to run in with his Budokai in the Crucible.
Right.
If you'd like to give us feedback, any feedback, all the feedback, email the show at 2titans100@hotmail.com. We're on Twitter at 2titans_100 as long as Twitter's a thing. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at 2titans100. You know how the search bar works. You can find us. I believe in you. If you didn't buy your pirate dancing emote, I'm sad for you. Maybe you can at least put your pirate armor on and run around and do silly emotes in the tower. You should also listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere fine podcasts are sold. Watch the show on YouTube. We work hard on it. Also, that's where all the streams go. Every stream from Wednesday from Nidedemon's 2titans100 stream lives there on YouTube. He also streams live to YouTube. So if you don't like Twitch, can't watch Twitch, it's there too. And, you know, at this point, you know where to find us. We've got the Patreon, we've got the coffee we're drinking, we've got the streams, we've got the show. And any closing thoughts for the people?
Micah?
I mean, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well done. Yeah, just like you were saying, I need carried to the lighthouse because I've never been there. So if you can carry me, I'll Sherpa you. Can we make a trade? I need to see the lighthouse. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Thanks for participating. Thanks for showing up, Micah. And basically, that's it. Let everybody and deuces.
No, do that again, but rap it.
All right, all right, here we go.
Respawn song, respawn song, respawn song.
They call me Telesto, say it with chesto. My zest for stress, test just coalesced. Conquest is blessed, will soon be repressed. Suggest you rest if you're feeling distressed. Though you're in a quest for the festo, at my behesto. As long as you express, I'm the absolute error. Boom,
Perfect.
dropping the mic. Blah.
Perfect. Loved it. Every second of it.
Did I even read half of that right?
No, it doesn't matter. I saw that and included that specifically, one, because it was tweeted by Bungie, and two, because I was like, I just want to hear Respawn read this. That's all.
Right. Did y'all clip that? I'm sure somebody clipped it. Yeah. No clips. Okay. Nobody clipped anything.
Day is made.